Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a little mini Ulta haul. I just picked up a couple of little things, nothing big. And then I'm also going to be doing my full face makeup with you guys on camera and just talking a little bit about chatting, just a little bit of everything. And I'm going to be using the Star Wars Mandalorian ColourPop palette, as well as the Midas Lemonade palette, just for a little pop of yellow because I'm wearing yellow and I've been feeling really good. Using a lot of brighter colors in the summertime is usually when I play with color, which is what I love. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys the like button, make sure you subscribe. Let's get into the video. Alright, so we're gonna get started with my Ulta haul. Like I said, it's nothing really interesting. It's just a bunch of mostly skincare, some lashes, and one single eyeshadow. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to go ahead and do my makeup with you guys on camera. I wasn't sure if I want to do the Star Wars Mandalorian or the BH Cosmetics Flower Power, but I guess with my whole yellow, my top and everything, I'm gonna do the one from Mandalorian, like the Star Wars one. And then I also have my current, this one's in my weekly rotation. So I have the Lemonade palette from Midas Cosmetics that I'll also incorporate just because I want it to go with like my whole look and everything. So let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, I'll go ahead and show you guys what I have. So I guess I picked up mostly skincare because I ran out and I'm running low on. So I'll go ahead and talk about what I do for my skincare. Basically, I guess we'll do my morning. So I basically wash my face, and then I'll go ahead and go in with witch hazel all over my face, especially if, like, for example, like this morning I kind of took off some of my mustache and peach fuzz. So I'll go ahead and go in with this, and then after that I will go ahead and grab my caffeine solution 5% from The Ordinary. Most of my skincare products consist of The Ordinary skincare, so this is like kind of a little bit more thicker of a kind of like a gel. So it's the caffeine solution for under the eyes. It's supposed to help your eyes look more awake, and you know, depuff. So I use that all over my eyes. Not a whole lot, just like a little bit, like you guys saw me apply there on my finger. And then I just leave it in for a little bit, and then usually after that I'll go ahead and go in with my moisturizer, which I actually have my Cocoa Kind moisturizer. This is the texture smoothing cream with celery super seed complex. I buy this at Target. This is actually my second tub of it. But before that, I want to go ahead and let you guys know what I do use during the day. So I always use vitamin C. I actually picked 2 of these up because I go through these pretty quickly. This is a type of vitamin C. I'm going to go ahead and read what it says on the back. So it says to apply a small amount to the face AM or the PM, preferably PM, but I apply it during the day because I do need the vitamin C in my skin. It just helps like the dark spots, brightness. This is basically meant for that. This does have 23% HA spheres, 2%. So I get, you know, a little bit of better. It's for an even tone and signs of aging. So I do use these. I picked up 2. These were actually, let me see here, $3.40 because I had a discount. So they're originally $5.80, and with the discount I got them for $3.40. So I got 2 of them. And then I also picked up acylic acid suspension 10%, and this is actually what I use in the nighttime, and I'm running really low on it, so I figured I'd replace it just as soon as I finish this one. But this is actually what made me cancel my Curology subscription. I noticed this was one of the ingredients in my Curology subscription, acylic acid, and this is basically for uneven skin tone, dullness, and texture irregularities, which is what I suffer from mostly. I have a lot of texture. It's not as bad as it was. I have a lot of texture in my cheek area, but it's getting better since I did have some breakouts and I did pick them, which is not good. These products do help them kind of fade away. And the vitamin C is what mostly does it for me. But I picked some of these up again. I also use lactic acid in the night. I have this one. I have a backup though, so I'm not really pressed. I was going to get another one, but I'm like, you have a backup, so don't worry. So yeah, I use the lactic acid at night. This is what I mostly apply at night, along with the acylic acid. I could apply this during the day sometimes, but I try and stay away from it. And then I also have organic cold pressed rose hip seed oil. If you're not allergic to it, I would recommend this if you have like more texture skin, because it does help with that as well. And then of course I use my Paula's Choice BHA and AHA liquid, or BHA liquid exfoliant at night. Those are only mostly at night. Again, this one retails the acid suspension, which acylic acid suspension, which is for uneven tone, dullness, and natural irregularities of texture. This one retails for $7.90, but I got a $3.27 discount, so it ended up going for $4. I ended up purchasing it for $4.63, which was really good. And then I also purchased 2 lashes from Ardell. Ardell Wispies are one of my favorite all-time lashes. I do sometimes purchase from other brands. I'll purchase some Kiss ones, but I mostly stick to the Ardell Wispies. I have the Ardell Wispies in just the regular Wispies, the original, and I also have the feathered lash, the black 113. So they are different. You can kind of see them there. These are a little bit more separated and longer. These are a little bit more fluffy and put together, but they do have really, really good ones. These are buy one, get one half off. So they originally retail for $11.99. But again, I did get one buy one half off plus a discount of $3. So they retailed for $5.26 each, which basically you're paying the price of one for 2 of them. So that was good. And then while I was going through the aisles, I really wanted to pick up a couple of more things. Like I picked up a sunscreen lip balm just because I do apply sunscreen lip balm on my lips, you know, throughout the day. If I don't wear like a lot of lipstick. So I picked up the Sun Bum Watermelon SPF 30 with vitamin C and aloe. I have a watermelon flavor one. They also had banana. They had like mango and stuff, but I just love the smell of watermelon. And these were also buy one, get one half off. They do retail a little bit more expensive. They're $3.99, but I got them for $1.75 each because I had the discount with my number. So I'm just going to apply some here. And these just feel really good on my lips. They make my lips moisturize and things like that. So I really enjoy that lips, especially in the summertime. Last but not least, I picked up a ColourPop single. Asked if I need any more singles, but I picked this up. This is from the That's Taupe collection that they did with ColourPop, that ColourPop did. I was going to pick up the palette, but I have the Glam palette. I have the Sultry. This actually I got this one for $3.51 when it originally retails for $6. So I want to go ahead and swatch this. This is the shade Kush, K-O-O-S-H, Kush. And I really liked how it looks. It's very similar as far as like color to the one that I actually have in my collection. Okay, this is the ColourPop. This is one of my favorite shadows. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Ritz. But they're both ultra metallic, so I figured they'd kind of be similar. So that's why I picked this one up. But let's go ahead and swatch them, and I'll also compare them here with you guys on camera. And again, this is the shade in Kush. So that's, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. That's what that one looks like. Super pretty, super pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I like this shade so much. And I'll go ahead and swatch it in comparison to the ultra metallic shadow from ColourPop and Ritz. I just want to go ahead and say they are different because Ritz is more of like a topper for me. It doesn't have as much of a base as this one does. So that's the one in Ritz, and that's the one in Kush. So they are very different. This one's like more silver. This one has like more, I would say like a more rose gold kind of shimmer throughout. So that's the difference between Ritz and Kush. And they're both really pretty. I really do like them both. I can see myself maybe combining both of them. Let me add some of this one from Ritz on top, maybe. Yeah, that's really pretty. So anyways, besides that, I wanted to go ahead and do my makeup with you guys on camera. I'll go ahead and start my skincare since I did my eyebrows off camera because I think eyebrows are really personal. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, I'm wearing a wig. I wear my wigs from Amazon. I usually purchase them from there. I'm not perfect at applying a wig, but I think I did a pretty good job this time around. But yeah, so usually what I do is, like I said, I go in with my moisturizer. I use CeraVe or the Paula's Choice Acne Prone Oily Skin Tone, you know, oily skin, kind of, it helps normalize your skin. So I'll do that. I did the Humphreys with Hazel. So now what I would do is I'd go in with my vitamin C. So I'm going to go ahead and open one of these. I'll put these over here for now. I go in with my vitamin C all over my face. It does sting a little bit if you're new to this product, but I'm used to it. So I think it doesn't really sting as much for me. I'm going to go ahead and apply some here. Let me take the protector thing off of it. Grab some with my fingers here. I just grab a little bit. It is pretty liquidy, like it's very thin. So that's why I also do like it, because it is pretty thin and it does work for me on my skin. So I just kind of grab it here. You can see it is pretty thin. And I just kind of apply it liberally all over my face. Just so I can get, like, especially here on my dark spots here that are, you know, I have acne marks. I had my time of the month, so I had those, but then I just let it sit for a little bit. It does kind of feel oily. It does feel a little oily, but it's not horrible. I don't think it makes a difference much on my skin. I'll let that sit for a little bit, and then I go ahead and grab my moisturizer as well while I'm here. And I just kind of dot a little bit all over my face here. Not a lot, because I don't want it to be super heavy, especially when I'm doing like my makeup during the day. I don't want super heavy moisturizer on, because I think that sometimes it accentuates the oilies of my skin. And this moisturizer is just so good. Again, if you don't like the smell of celery, this might not be for you, but I personally really like this one, and I'm so happy that I did find this moisturizer at Target, because it has really done a lot for my face and changed like my skincare. So yeah, I'll apply those. I'll let those sit in my skin, and then I'll go ahead and start applying my sunscreen. Now I have two sunscreens. I'm almost done with the Tula skincare one. This one's almost completely empty. I do like this one, but it is pretty pricey. It retails around $30 to $50 if you have like a bigger tub. But I also love using the CeraVe facial moisturizer lotion, and it also adds an extra moisturizer on my skin for the days that I don't you know, feel as moisturized. So today I'm actually going to use the CeraVe one, just because I want that extra moisturizer on my skin today. I've been feeling a little bit like my skin's a little bit more dull. So I just apply this all over my face, down my neck, and I'll apply it on my chest, the back of my neck, and on my forehead and eyelids. And it doesn't cause any irritation for me. I do have more sensitive eyes, but for me it doesn't cause any irritation. So that's basically my skincare for prep for the morning time. And if I do want to add like extra moisturizing under my eyes, but I don't think I need it today, I'll go ahead and go in with my Banana O. Henriksen eye cream or the e.l.f. This one I've been really loving. This is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Eye Cream. And I've really been enjoying this one. It's just a white cream. It's not super thick, which I love. It's not as thick. I'll go ahead and apply some since I'm already talking about it. It's not as thick as the Banana Bright one, but it is really good under the eyes. And it just kind of feels like, I feel like it kind of primes the eyes as well for concealer. So yeah, I really like that. Really like this one. I've been really enjoying just simple skincare, nothing too crazy. It might seem like a lot for some people, but honestly, I'm just used to it. It's like kind of like a, you know, routine for me now. I will say with the Sun Bum, I'm kind of tasting it while I'm talking, and it's kind of gross. It tastes like, I don't know, it tastes like I ate sunscreen, or like I ate something that I wasn't supposed to. I'm just drinking some watermelon bubbly. Hence I love watermelon. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and start priming my eyes. Again, like I said, I don't have anything new as far as like makeup besides those palettes that I talked about. So I'll go ahead and start my makeup here. Priming with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base in 02 medium. I'm almost done with this. I can pretty much feel it, because honestly, you don't get a whole lot of product. Oh, I still have quite a lot left in there, which is good. But I love all kinds of ones. I know I've been trying my NARS one that's newer to me. This is the NARS eyeshadow base, tinted smudge proof eyeshadow base. I also like it. But I've been using the Natasha Denona one a lot, just because it's not really easy to use, you know? Oh, I have some lashes in here. I really thought this palette had a mirror, but it does not. So let's go open up the Mandalorian, the Child eyeshadow palette here. Pretty packaging. I really like the packaging of this palette. I wish that, oh, they did do the same. Okay, so I was gonna say I wish that they did the same thing on the back, but they did the same thing on the back. It has the shade names, the packaging's the same. It's really pretty. It does have a mirror, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this one does have a mirror, which is really good, because I honestly need the mirror right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of spread the eyeshadow base on my eye here. And again, it's the Natasha Denona eyeshadow base in medium 02. Just kind of let that kind of add a base or even skin tone for my eyelids. This is what the palette looks like. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. Really pretty. I want to kind of use a little bit more neutrals today and some pops of yellow with the palette from Lemonade, the Midas palette. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a powder here. I'm going to grab this Hourglass powder and just set my eyelids. By the way, all of my brushes are dirty. I only have a couple of brushes here to use, which is unfortunate today. So I'll try to work with what I have. These are from AOA. These are the AOA Studio brushes. Nothing super revolutionary. They're just regular eyeshadow brushes, and they do the job. Again, I just have all of my I have to wash all of my regular makeup brushes, but they have been like, I just have been struggling a lot. I finally got my room cleaned completely, my kids' room completely. So it's just been like a struggle bus. I have everything here ready to be cleaned up tonight. I'll probably do that. All of my brushes, my sponges, they're all getting ready to clean. So like I said, I'm gonna try to just use a couple of, like, 2 brushes that I have that are clean, which is unfortunate, but it will do. I have this one and I have this one, so This one's like an angled, fluffier brush, and this is like a perfect crease brush. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the AOA crease brush, and this one's E128. So I'm just gonna grab the Mandalorian palette here, and I'm gonna go in with the shade just like a Chatty, which is like this matte, obviously brown, simple matte brown. Not a lot of pickup, which I like. Don't mind. Just a simple brown. I'll go ahead and swatch this palette for you since I didn't do so. It's a really pretty palette. I'll start with this first shade, which is called Precious Cargo. Really pretty. Oh, it has a yellow undertone. That's so pretty. Then you have Right Hand Mando, which is a green. Really pretty. And then you have the one that I just used, which is just a Tuni, which is like a kind of my skin tone, like a regular matte brown kind of cream color. Then in the second row you have Sipping Soup, Baby Face, and The Force, which is like a gold. I'm just doing one swipe, so I'm not adding any more. This is like the mint green in the middle on my hand, and then the other two, this is like a more undergreen base. That's Sipping Soup and The Force. The last row, I have three. I have Little Frog, which is like a matte with a glitter base, Flow to Your Crib, and Droid Protocol. So those are the last three. Let me go ahead and move my bracelet here. So this is the whole palette on my hand here. Again, that mint green, I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I can build it up here. The mint green doesn't really seem like it would show up. I would think I'd need like a white to base, and that's the one in Baby Face. Let me go ahead and build it up here. Yeah, it doesn't really show up here, but that's the palette swatched on my hands. And honestly, I was thinking it'd be a lot more similar to the one that I already have in, which one is it, that green one? What is it called? The one from the Just My Luck one from ColourPop. I also have the Going Coconuts one I wanted to talk in comparison to those browns. So this is the Just My Luck. It's obviously more green, so just keep that in mind. This is the Just My Luck palette. And I'll go ahead and swatch some shades that look similar. So like the first shade here, this little kind of green one. I think this one's actually brighter, yeah. And then also the dark matte brown kind of looks like a little bit similar to this one. Oh, actually no, this one has a more green base. Let's try Act Natural to that next to this one here. Oh yeah. Oh no, I think this one's a lot better as far as the greens. If you're looking for a green palette, I would say go with the Just My Luck, because you do get that true green compared to the one from the Mandalorian, which is like more simple, a little bit more light. I want to go ahead and swatch the Going Coconut shades next to this one. So the one that I thought was the most similar, which was Nutty, to that brown. Go ahead and put it down here. Yeah, I think that's more, well, this one's a more brown, like a more true warm brown. And then let me see the shimmers. There's not really nothing that compares to the shimmers, but I want to see the nude browns compared to the other one. So I have Culotta and Lovely Bunch. Those are the ones from the excuse me, the ones from that palette. Can't really see that shade in my hands, but they look pretty similar. So yeah, there's not much. I would say if you want a true green palette, go with the Just My Luck, and obviously if you want a nude, go with the Going Coconuts. But I don't see much of a resemblance as far as colors go, so for those palettes. So let's go ahead and start my eye look again. Like I said, I started with the shade Just Like a Tatooine, and I'm going to go ahead and continue doing that on my crease. So we're going to continue the eye look. Like I said, I was using Just Like a Tatooine here on my crease, which is just a simple brown shade. I'm not really coming close to you guys because I think that you guys know how to do makeup if you watch YouTube videos. If you don't, which is great, you know, I'm not a makeup artist. I just love doing makeup in general. So we're gonna go ahead and do that on the crease. Not really revolutionary here, it's just a brown. But I think I want to go ahead and go in with a little bit of the green here and Float Your Crib on the outer part of my eye, just to add that little bit of darkness, something different on the crease or outer part. I don't know if I really like that. I feel like it looks really muddy, but I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. Yeah, I feel like it looks really muddy. I'm gonna grab the bigger crease brush and just kind of blend. And I want to grab that shade in Precious Cargo, which is that first shade that I said has like a yellow base, and add that on my crease, or on my lid, all over my lid. That's a really pretty shade. Oh, I like this color combo. Okay, so yeah, the shade in Precious Cargo so far is my favorite because it has that yellow undertone, and it just gives it that little bit of uniqueness as far as the shade goes. And again, I do have some fallout. You can see it there. That's why I kind of do my eyes first, especially when I'm trying a palette, like a new eyeshadow palette. I always do my eyes first because I don't know where the look is going to take me or what the, you know, where it's going to go. So just blending out the outer part of the eye here. I add a little bit more of the green to the side, just blending it. So now what I like to do, it's a very simple look. It's nothing super crazy. So you guys can see there, I'm going to grab the first shader brush and just kind of blend a little bit here on the outer parts just to have a little bit more blended, like it looks more blended here. Just so it doesn't look so harsh on the outer parts of the eye. And I'm going to go grab I'm going to go ahead and just clean the brush off here in a little towelette that I have, just to have a clean brush. And I'm going to go back into the first shade, which is just like a Tatooine, and kind of add a little more on the crease, like a transition shade. So this is the eye look we're working with. I'm going to go ahead and wipe my outer eye so that way I don't have a lot of fallout here. So that's what we're looking at. I feel like for some reason, I don't know why, but we all have different, you know how all have our eyes different. This eye always looks different, but I don't know. Maybe they can fix that. Let me see here. I think that's a little better. Yeah. I'll just go ahead and grab the wipey here a little bit. There we go. There we go. That looks more similar. I'll just go ahead and blend a little bit here. Try to make them look as perfect as possible, but I'm not perfect. Like I said, again, I'm repeating it. I'm not a makeup artist. I just like to do makeup, but I think this is what's going to work right now. And again, that's the Mandalorian, the Star Wars palette from ColourPop. I'm not sure 100% if you can still get it. I'm pretty sure you can. I know it was on sale on May 24th, or May 4th. May the 4th be with you. But really pretty palette. Again, I think in comparison to my Just My Luck palette, it's a little bit more green. If you want like a true green palette, I'd say go with the Just My Luck, but they're both really pretty. And now what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of a yellow in the inner corner. So I'm going to go into the Lemonade palette, and I'm actually going to grab this shade here. Actually, yeah, I'm going to grab that shade. And don't know what the name is, but I'm pretty sure it's Frozen. I'm going to grab this shade here with a little inner corner, like a little pinky finger. I'm just going to add it there, just for that little pop of yellow. Just a little bit there, nothing too crazy because I still have to do concealer, so right there. Yeah, I'm happy with the look. I'm gonna go ahead and do liner, and I'll apply my lash with you guys on camera, but let me go do liner, some mascara. I'll be right back. All right, so I just applied some eyeliner. I applied the Benefit roller liner, you know, as a little wing. I didn't do so much of a wing, but I did a little bit. And then I applied the Sky High Lash Sensational Mascara from Maybelline. It's not my favorite. I do like it, but I think I prefer for a lower lash because the wand is so flimsy, and also because if I add too much, I feel like it starts getting kind of clumpy. You can kind of see the clumpiness there. So I just kind of tend to stick to one coat or two maximum on each eyelash, or on each, you know, eye. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do, so now with this, I don't know if I want to add lashes, but I'm going to go ahead and just add lashes just for the heck of it. I'm not sure which lashes I want to use. I think I'll use the more like spread out ones for today. So these are the Ardell Black 113s. So I'm going to grab these. I'm going to grab some scissors here. Just have some little scissors here. And again, when I apply lashes, I kind of just do the more traditional way. I know there's been all kinds of people applying their lashes differently nowadays, especially with TikTok going on, kind of going viral. I see a lot of people like applying them under their eyelashes, which I'm honestly too scared to try. I think that I would be like poking my eye out and crying, and then I had mascara all over. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply these. I'm gonna grab the top ones since those are the ones that are obviously first. What I like to do when I took them off, just be careful taking them off. If you guys have never applied lashes before, I guess you'll try to see my method, see if it works for you. So then I just kind of, like I said, grab them here gently because you don't want to pull them off and break them. And they do have a little bit of adhesive for themselves already. You see the little, you know, to stick on here, but it's not enough, to be honest. It's not enough. So my favorite lash glue, and the one that has worked for me, is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe. This is formaldehyde free and latex free, and it's clear. So I know there's all kinds of eyeliner, or I'm sorry, glues. Now there's like those pencil ones, which I honestly haven't tried. I've been wanting to try those, but I've just kind of been sticking to what I know and love. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by gluing them first. So I gotta have, first what I like to do before we do anything, I kind of measure them to my eyes. So I'll put them on my eyes and see if maybe I need to cut them or trim them. For me, these personally work, so I don't think I need to trim them at all. So you can kind of see there, they do work perfectly on my eye. If you have smaller eyes though, I would trim this. These do look a little bit big sometimes. Like a little, I just stuttered. They can look a little bit longer sometimes, especially in this eye right here. My left eye is a little tricky to get on sometimes, but for the most part they do work. So I just kind of place them, and then wherever I want to adjust them to, you know, then this is the way I figure out they work. If they don't, I'll just trim a little bit of the top, or the front, I'm sorry. So now what I like to do is I kind of just grab my lash glue and I grab a little bit here and I just kind of apply it mostly to the inner corner, because that's the one that I always have the trouble to sticking. So you can kind of see it's a little bit thicker on the corners here, outer and inner, and then I just kind of apply it all over. And then I'll let that sit there for a little tiny bit, just like to let him kind of get tacky, which people is what usually they do. They let the glue get a little tacky, like more sticky. So that's what I would do. I just kind of keep them in my hand and just kind of blow on them a little bit. You don't have to. You just kind of, you can lay them down and be careful just so they don't stick to surfaces. But I just keep them on my hand, and you'll start to kind of see the color go clear. Like this one's starting to go clear. Once it starts drying, when it gets tacky, you don't want to leave them on too long to dry, because then it's not going to work, it's not going to stick. So I'm going to try to do this with you guys on camera here, try my best. I'm going to grab the one for my right eye, since it's the one that's getting the least white. I'm going to go ahead and apply towards the middle, and then once it's in the middle, I like to grab the edges. You can use a tool like tweezers or whatever. For example, I have these little pointy tweezers here, and I kind of just grab it and I apply it, and then I just push them towards my lash. Like I'll push them against towards my eye, and it kind of just sticks. So then when I make sure that I close my eyes, since I do have eyeliner on, you won't tell as much of a difference that they are, you know, if they're a little crooked or not, whatever. You won't tell as much because I do have that eyeliner on. If you don't wear eyeliner, however, I would say at least apply like a little thin strip of the black liner if you prefer. If you don't, you know, it's up to you. It's preference. I think everybody has their own personal preferences when it comes to doing lashes. So now you can see that this is also getting a little bit more clear in the front there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing and start applying it here. And trust me, it's practice. Practice makes perfect. It does take a while to get used to putting lashes on, but once you get the hang of it, I think once you get the hang of it, it works out, and you would just kind of, you know, do it, and you know, it's not that hard. So then again, like I said, I just kind of push them against my eye just so they stick to my eyelid, which is the goal. And then I just kind of like fluff them up a little bit. Make sure they stick again, especially the inner corners here. That can be a little tricky. That's when you want to kind of use your tweezers there to press them a little bit more. And yeah, that's how I apply my lashes. It's not that, you know, especially with these, I really love them because they don't have such a thick of a band. I do have some lashes that have thicker bands, but for me personally, I don't like the band to be so thick because I feel like they look more obvious that they're fake. I mean, I'm wearing fake lashes. They're fake lashes. I don't care. People have, you know, ask me, are you wearing fake lashes? And I'll be like, yes, because I do enjoy wearing fake lashes. But, you know, the days that I don't wear fake lashes, I also like wearing just mascara. So yeah, that's basically how I apply my lashes. We're going to go ahead and move on to the face makeup. And I also want to talk about some things here that I've kind of been looking at as far as trending online. I know that there's a lot of new palettes coming out. I know Laura Lee just released a new palette with Erin Weaver, which is, I believe, her niece. I do watch them from time to time, and I do love their content and their channel and everything. But I personally think sometimes a lot of the, like, especially a lot of the like newer influencers, like I know Michaela just did she's an influencer that became famous on TikTok. She did something with GLAMLiTe, which I've talked about them and expressed about them, and I want to correct myself because you guys know I love a lot of different creators. I watch a ton of creators. I watch Amy Loves Makeup, I watch Kelly Gooch, I watch Leah Janae, I watch Paulina Beauty, which I love her. She's the one that, this is the reason I want to talk about this, because I mentioned in a previous video that I think Amy Beauty works with them and she said something to them, but I think I misunderstood myself and I kind of confused myself a little bit there. The one that has been very vocal about it is Paulina Beauty. She is a YouTuber. She's a Swedish YouTuber, which I love here on the platform. She did mention that she's the one, you know, I want to correct myself so you guys know. The reason I've had questions as well why I don't support GLAMLiTe, just in the past, they've just lied to their customers, and I don't think that that's something that you should do to your customers. Like, you know, why lie? I think being honest with your customers is honestly 100% why customers support you. I'm gonna go in with my Rare Beauty foundation, but I have to look for a I'll just use my professional since I don't know. But basically what I was talking about is I have a couple of videos where I talk about them and how I don't support them, but I do have one of their palettes, and that's the only palette that I've ever purchased from them, and it's the cake palette. When I did get the cake palette, the reason I did get the cake palette, it was because, you know, it was based off of like a collab, not a collab, but like supporting smaller, like a person that does cakes, and like the reason why, you know, they're supporting them or whatever. But I didn't know much about the brand, and then when I watched Paulina Beauty's channel and she was talking about it as well on her channel, saying how the brand just, they kept saying that they were cruelty-free and vegan, but then they were selling mink lashes, which is very controversial, especially in the industry where people purchase like cruelty-free makeup. I personally don't 100% stick to. I'm trying to do better at that, but yeah, they lie to the customers about being cruelty-free, and Paulina did say, she did call them, like, you know, she did say something, and they never responded, I believe, to her. I'm not 100% sure. She does have it in a video. You guys can watch it. I'll try to link it if I can find it, but if not, hopefully she can go on here and tell you guys herself. But yeah, I don't support brands like that, and honestly, I'm kind of staying away from a lot of controversial brands. Like, I'm trying to not have a lot of Too Faced in my collection anymore. The only palette left from Too Faced I have is the Pumpkin Spice palette, which I purchased last year. I couldn't help myself, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to stay away from brands that are really kind of like iffy, like a lot of Morphe stuff that's shady too. I don't know, it's just a whole bunch of things, and honestly, I prefer to be honest and transparent with you guys and tell you the truth. I mistakenly said Amy Loves Makeup is the one that said it, but I do 100% believe it is Paulina Beauty that did mention that in her channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with my Rare Beauty. I just wanted to clear that up. Rare Beauty foundation in 200C. Because I do love her content. I do watch her from time. I've been kind of having a harder time watching YouTube because I've been really busy with work and stuff. I did switch jobs from like I think last month to this month, just because my company unfortunately switched to a different company. And honestly, when a company, especially in healthcare, goes and switches to a different company, everything kind of goes to, you know, everything kind of goes downhill. I know it looks like a lot, but everything kind of goes downhill, and then, you know, a lot of things start happening as far as management goes. They switched a lot of things around, and I was just not happy there anymore. So what I chose to do is step away. I resigned from the company I was working with as a CNA, certified nursing assistant. And I moved to an agency, which is basically like like an agency is, as it says, an agency. They look for, you know, they have different clients. They can send you to nursing homes. They can send you to people's private homes, which I actually prefer sometimes. You don't do as much as hard labor as working as in a nursing home, but it has its ups and downs. I mean, you get those clients that, you know, sometimes they're a little bit harder to work with, but you try your best, which me personally, with the 11 years of experience that I have as a nursing assistant, I get it. Sorry, I'm trying to do my forehead here. It's kind of hard with this wig. So yeah, I personally think that I never wanted to do a video about it. I was talking to my husband, and he's like, you should actually do a video and like inform people, because honestly, with a lot of things going on right now with COVID and everything, a lot of people aren't looking for jobs right now. I know a lot of people are in their houses relying on the you know, unemployment, which is fine, you know, you do you. But me working in healthcare, and I've always worked through the pandemic, I think we need to talk about the fact that while I'm working as a 11-year certified assistant, getting you know, job offers for $14 an hour, when you can go to a restaurant and start rate at a restaurant is $15 to $20 an hour. That is ridiculous. I'm honestly not making that. I'm making a lot more because I work privately, but I just was talking to one of my coworkers, and she was mentioning how she got a job offer for a new hospital that just opened up, and they were offering her $14 an hour. And I'm just sitting there like, really? Like, you know, especially with the experience we have. Me personally, I got offered a job last week for 15 something, and I honestly, I turned it down right away. I tell them that I have this much of experience, and based on what I know, I also have phlebotomy experience. I worked at a doctor's office. I have a hospital setting, you know, I've done it all. And I was like, no, I refuse your offer, because that's not enough money for me. I need to be at least making more than that, because I have the experience. And honestly, for the job we do a lot more than the nurses do. And I understand with the certification and a higher, you know, degree comes a lot more money. But at the same time, I think CNAs and certified nurses and PCTs are really, really, really under like appreciated and overworked and all these other things. Like I said, I want to do a future video on it, but I'm not going to talk about it right now. But I really want to do a future video on it. I'm going with my Hourglass concealer in sepia. Because you know, I've been in the industry for 11 years now as a CNA, and I think that they are underpaid and they need a lot more money than what a lot of these places are offering. And for all the crap that we do and put up with, honestly, to be honest, I think that's not enough. And I think there's not enough people talking about it. You know, as a whole, there's a lot that we can risk as ourselves as being a CNAs, because now, especially here in the state of Illinois, you can get fired just for, you know, the family member saying something, even if it's not proven or it's something that they can, you know, you can personally get sued as a CNA. They don't have to sue the agency or the department or the home you're working for. They can sue you personally as a CNA. So like I said, I want to do a video eventually here if anybody is interested, if anybody works in the healthcare industry, about that, because I feel like CNAs are so underpaid and so underappreciated, you know, in the whole healthcare industry. It's just, the whole healthcare business is just, it's really honestly ridiculous. But anyways, neither here nor there. I'm using the Vanish concealer from Hourglass. I really do like this. I've actually used this and not set it, which I really like about it. I've been trying not to set my under eyes. You guys know I have those natural creases under my eyes. I try to stay away from setting my under eyes, because especially with this concealer, I think I can get away with it. Not all concealers, however, just specifically this one. But all right, for bronzer, I don't even know what I want to use for bronzer, but I haven't reached for my Kylie or my Too Faced bronzer in a while. Talking about them, I guess we'll use this one. We'll use the Too Faced bronzer in Sweet Tea. This is the Baked Luminous bronzer. And like I was mentioning, I think a lot of it has also to do with the fact that I'm trying not to support these controversial brands, because it's a lot. I'm going in just in with this bronzer on my cheeks here, kind of like up towards my cheeks. And yeah, I haven't really been interested in any other stuff either. Like everything's like sex this and sex that, and it does not make me like, oh, I wanna get, is it gonna make me, you know, like it's just weird. It's just weird, and it's just not my thing, personally, but to each their own. I think this gives me a nice bronze. It's pretty, but I actually have been preferring my more like what's it called, the Kosas one has been one that I've been loving a lot. I actually do really like this one. This is a Too Faced one, but I've been preferring the Kosas one. I've been preferring my Milani one a lot, but this is very similar as far as, those three are very similar as far as like texture and stuff goes. But again, I just prefer those. I have a bunch that I've been here trying to work and test out. The Kylie one's also one that I'm trying to test out and use more. I also have one from Catkin that I'm trying to test and use more. You know, it's just a whole thing. But I have another blush as well. I think this is the blush I'm going to use. This Catkin blush is really pretty and corally. I've been leaning towards a lot of peach, especially in the summer. And this is the other bronzer from Kat Can. Those are just ones that I have to try out. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Kat Can blush in 03 and just kind of add a little bit here on my cheeks. Oh yeah, it just looks so pretty. It looks make my cheeks look prettier, like pretty chubby. I think that's a cute look. And then I just kind of go over my nose here. And I know this isn't a blush brush, this is a face brush, but I use it as a blush brush because, like I said, I'm brushing. I have to wash my brushes. Oh, I had a buffing brush I could have used, but it's okay. For concealer, for highlighter, I have a couple up here that I've been testing. I want to use this Laura Lee one. This is Laura Lee in Sugar and Spice. I want to use this one. I haven't used it in a while. I don't have an actual highlighting brush. We'll just use this one. This is the dual fiber contour brush, but I'll use it as a highlighting brush because, like I said, I'm cleaning my brushes. Ooh, that's pretty. It does emphasize my texture a little bit, but I don't really mind. And again, this is like a more pinky kind of one. It's Sugar and Spice from her like previous holiday collection. I know she now has like a palette and all that stuff, but I'm trying to use what I have. I'm not trying to purchase a lot of new makeup. I've been sticking mostly to my skincare routine and like trying to do that, but it's a pretty highlighter. It works. And again, that's the one in Sugar and Spice from Laura Lee. Where's the cap? Oh, here it is. Okay, so yeah, that's the one from Laura Lee I've been testing and using, and it looks pretty with the blush, so I like it. I'm gonna set my face with my Milani Make It Last matte setting spray. For lips, I'm not even sure what I want to do. Excuse me. I'm not even sure what I want to do for lips, but let me just kind of pick a liner here. Lip liners. I don't want to do a red lip, but I'm just gonna kind of go here from just kind of a couple lip liners here. Milani Spice. Oh, is it too dark? Yeah, I think it's too dark. Okay, let's skip that one. Oh, of course, I'm Cosmetics Kitten. I've really been loving this one. It kind of is like my lips, but better. So I just kind of apply it on my lips. It's also pretty dark. Pretty lip liner, but maybe a little too dark. I don't know. I don't even know what lip color I want to use, honestly. We're doing a lot of peachy pinks, but I want to do like a nude because this is like a pretty kind of gold look. I think I'm going to stick to Creme Fraiche. This is a creme, oh no, this is pretty orange. Let's do Third Eye. Third Eye is a matte color. Don't come at me because I'm not sure if these are still available on the ColourPop website. Most of my bullet lipsticks from ColourPop are not available. They discontinue them like so fast. But this is the Third Eye color. Third Eye lip color. And yeah, that completes this look. What do you guys think? Me with my wig. I really like this look. I think that obviously, oh, I forgot to do my lower lash. Okay, let's just do my lower lash real quick. I already messed that one up. And I'll just do a lower lash mascara. Again, Sky High mascara from Maybelline. And that is it. That's my makeup look for today. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.